Evening all, how we doing? Hope we're all doing good. Thought my socks out, they're being a bit weird. Happy Friday. Happy Friday night even. At least over here. Those of you in the US are not too terribly far behind. End in sight and all that. How's it all going? You had a good day? Been an odd one for me. Not quite as productive as I was hoping, but not completely unproductive. I have a sneaking suspicion my planned video for tomorrow may end up having to be pushed back a little further to Monday. Just because I didn't get as much progress made on it today as I would have liked. Nowhere near as much progress, in fact. Which is unfortunate. I was waiting for a delivery, and I got a 4-hour window for the delivery, and I'm getting a random message. Okay, that's not important right now. Can deal with that later. Yeah, I got a 4-hour delivery window, and naturally it arrived in the final hour thereof. So, like, well, I want to do all this stuff, but if I do, I might miss my delivery and stuff. So it was kind of a pain. And then I went to the shop and to deal with that, and their bloody machine wasn't working, so I had to run around the area looking for a shop that I could get stuff done in. Backward and forward and back and forward. It was quite an afternoon. In short. Not the way I was hoping my day was going to go, but also the exercise probably did me good. Do you feel, considerably better, and I'm coping with the weather a bit better. Because of it, the chill. Because it is bloody cold. -2, apparently. I was going to say my phone and my computer are in agreement. They're not. My computer says -2, my phone says -3. Fresh, that's what it is. Anyway, how are you all doing? Evening, Tango, evening all. Hope you're both doing well. Early birds and all that. -2 where you are as well, no? Yeah, sounds about right. Bloody freezing. We're hitting record low temperatures for this time of year, apparently. Which is interesting. So you think of global warming getting warmer, but it also means cold at times. Tis chill. So, diving into a bit of Starfield once things get booted. Plan today is to jump back into the main story, and I think we're on an artefact hunt, which should be good. Things get a-rolling. Looks promising. It should look promising. There we go. Wakes up eventually, doesn't it? Yeah, we left off at the lodge. Evening, Kristen. How you doing? Yeah. So we're going to pick up where we left off, which was last time. Where have we got to? What was occurring? We helped out Walter Stroud with acquiring one more artefact, which was, I think, the 4th one we've acquired, I think. Or rather, there was already one at the lodge. We picked up 2. We picked up 1 and then found 2 more. So Walter would have been the 5th artefact. And we've got more to find. And upon finding this 5th artefact and setting off into space, we got jumped by a bunch of people in an alien-looking ship, a very unfamiliar-looking ship, who called themselves Starborn, and there was a specific name for the guy who was talking to you, but I can't remember. But yeah, they basically said, hand over the artefacts, they're not for you, or we'll blow you up. And I went, hey look, and then ran. It didn't work very well. They took like 2 shots at me, and nearly took my ship to pieces, so running was clearly the play. But yeah. We got out of there, we got back here, we added a whole bunch more stuff. We had the new artifact rather to our whirligig here in the middle, which looks awfully like the things that have been giving us powers in the various temples, only incomplete. So yeah, it's very pretty though, look at it. Let's go. So yeah, everybody deliberated on what was going on and decided we should continue looking for artefacts irrespective of what these strange men had to say.
cursory scan indicates that you are in good health.
I mean, I've been better. I need to do a quick mess around, because apparently my mouse is still having a moment. Oh yeah, we're still in that outfit. Yeah, aren't I? The Striker mask wear. Which is... I mean, the episode Striker gear is quite cool. Definitely pretty badass. I do like the first mercenary outfit and Settler Adventure hat as a combination. And we picked up a bunch more stuff. I'll have to drop this stuff off, I think, before we head too far on. Xeno for a suit. I should just keep that on my ship, I think. I might just ditch it all on the ship for now. Am I going to stick with this, or am I going to mix things up? I don't know. Like, I'm having mixed feelings now. I might stick with this for a bit. You keep their ass at the second meeting? Well, we'll see how it goes. They took 2 shots at me last time, and 2/3 of my shields went down. So I reckon I'll have a hard time until I can upgrade my ship winning any fights with them. I do need to upgrade my ship for sure. So my hypothermia prognosis is improving. Wonderful. Right, we need to talk to Vlad about...
Oh, sorry. Was doing the tallies work in my head. Inventory on the station. Next supply run.
I'm sat at the wrong end of the sofa here. That won't do, will it? I wonder if it's doing that weird Bethesda thing that happens sometimes, where it puts you at the opposite end of the sofa to the one you're trying sitting on. Oh, it's just being an arse. Well, how am I supposed to talk to Vlad if you're going to put me so far on the sofa that I can't actually talk to the guy? I mean, I could stand and talk to him, but that's not appropriate.
In the lodge, so Andreja had a place to call her own. Everyone needs space to let their thoughts run solo.
Yeah, excuse me, I just need to shoot this sofa. Fine, I guess that's the end of the story then. We can't advance it because I can't sit at the right end of the sofa. That's the end of the game, sorry. Fuck it out.
Still need to lift another set today. Been dragging. Shoulder stiff. You had a hell of a shake, getting bullied in the void. Starborn sure know how to make an entrance. Ready to head back out there? The Eye can help you find the artifacts, but I'm afraid she's blind to our new competitor.
Not sure I want to follow up on these yet. Tell me what artifacts you think are out there.
No telling the exact number, but they're getting harder to find. Got some equipment, repairs, and upgrades on the making do list. The Eye's straining to her limits these days.
I'm ready. Give me any data you've got.
Double check the safety and locks wherever you go, okay? Exploration's dangerous, even without some nefarious group trying to kill you.
We did. So, Altair 4C and Procyon 4. Makes sense.
I have been idle here for a long time. I believe Barrett would describe this state as bored.
That's not bad. Right, I want to check before I head off whether or not I am lugging a whole bunch of other crap that I need to get rid of. That needs storing. That needs storing. That needs selling. Didn't sell there. A couple of bits I need to sell. Yeah, so I do have a couple of bits to sell and a couple of bits to sell. Okay, that's no problem. So we'll do that on the way back to the ship then. And then we'll be ready to roll. Oh, I've got, I need to talk to a whole bunch of people as well before I do this, haven't I?
Ah, hello. Back to it then.
Standing right behind me. Like a weirdo, Andreja.
I am glad to be back. It will be good to have a moment to relax.
Looking forward to finding out a bit more about Andreja, to be honest. We found out that she's basically spying on us for House Varun, but we know that. The rest of the Constellation knows that. She was caught pretty quickly. But they let her carry on and basically went, yeah, okay. As long as we get to vet the information you're sending back. Barrett's on a ship.
Were made today.
Sarah is also on my ship. Sam's here. I think I'll talk to Sam. Is Sammy up there, is he? So we'll talk to Sam before we leave. Then we'll drop some stuff off in town. Then we'll head back to the ship, chat to those couple of people, and we should be good to go. How's it going, Brad? You alright? Sam, it's the middle of the day. Get out of bed. Well, 6 a.m. Okay, fair enough. Maybe that's a bit too early.
You are straight out of one of those film noir novels. Working undercover and thwarting the bad guys. Just walking around the key makes my skin crawl. How'd you pull it off?
Scared out of my mind, took on the role, buried my real personality down deep, pulled it off, that's what matters, decisions I had to make were terrible, got it over. Terrible decisions got us over.
Sistef put us in some shitty situations, that
Actually,
is
wasn't that
for
bad.
certain. I mean, don't get me wrong, helping Sistef was never on my bucket list. Commander Akande, he really wasn't as much of a tight ass as I was expecting. And ultimately, he had your back, so I guess here's to Sistef.
Happily work with him again. Thanks for your support. I've helped them voluntarily. Would have helped them voluntarily had they given me the choice. They kind of did. Lesser evil. I think that's true. I'd say thank you for your support and keep him on side.
Oh, shucks. Well, this victory, really, it's all you. I just wanted to say, when we first teamed up, I had a good feeling about you. But this, you really helped people. Helped everyone. I can't wait for our next adventure. You got time for a quick chat? I'd appreciate it when you're able.
So, there's a whole thing, like, with the history of the Crimson Fleet, they were initially, interestingly, despite their background with being UC prisoners, they were more... they were targeting the Freestar Collective more, presumably because they had a less organised military post-colony war, possibly? I don't know. Possibly because they were nearer. That's the other thing. The main parts of United Colonies is further away. So, the fact it's all geared towards the UC is a little bit... There's a lot of slant in that direction. It's not all slanted that way, but there's quite a heavy slant that way in the game. Which, I mean, it is what it is, I suppose. Ow. But yeah, it's interesting that so much of it's UC orientated, and despite Sam being a Freestar guy, he's kind of quite happy with the impact regarding helping the UC, which is interesting. But he didn't mention anything about the fact that, well, at no stage, in fact, has anybody mentioned the history between Crimson Fleet and Freestar Collective. It's all been UC side, so it's a bit weird. I know there's like lore entries and stuff around that cover that they used to be UC, a Freestar problem more than a UC one. But it's not something that's particularly acknowledged by any NPCs, which is odd. Anyway.
The Freestar Rangers. You did their dirty work and then some. So how'd you feel wearing the badge?
Okay, grew up with fantasize about this moment, doesn't seem real. Felt good, being arranged up for me, loaded question. Freestar Collective Settler.
The reality of the job is dirtier than cops and robbers on the playground.
True.
Me, I never cared much for being a ranger. Too many of them try to force the world to be only black and white when it's anything but. Take Ron Hope. I mean, the guy's a legend. Before him, Polvo was a desperate, depressing place. Everything he did was to keep his people employed.
Was it?
Hope Tech standing in a backstabbing world of megacorp politics.
I mean, don't get me wrong, there's part of that. But there's also the fact that ultimately his decisions were motivated more by profit, and he basically came out and admitted that in the end anyway. It's all about power and greed, complicated situation, you admire him. It's all about power and greed, unfortunately,
I really
when it
hope
came
I'm
down
wrong,
to it.
That you probably aren't. Tough calling what to do with Ron Hope. Taking his hush money wouldn't have sat right with me. But I wonder what's going to happen to Hopetown without him.
Hopefully the company pulls through this. Couldn't live myself to the bribe. Time will tell. People died. He has to face justice. That, yes, is true. Especially given, he basically did it for money. I hope the company pulls through this. I think they will, but hopefully they will.
Fingers crossed. As much fun as it is being a ranger, I hope you can start focusing on constellation business. There's plenty
Well,
of
I feel
mysteries
called
left
out.
in the good old Milky Way to discover. When the time's right, I'd appreciate a chat. Late at night in dive bars. Sometimes the old timers share
We
stories.
did need to catch up.
About things they've seen that they just couldn't explain. Ghost stories, if you will. I've heard of things like the Starborn before. But they're real. Honest to God, real.
Ghost ships, mysterious spaceships that don't match any known configuration, that no other evidence to support them except the occasional anecdote of somebody who's not that widely believed. That's exactly the sort of story that will actually start cropping up once we get out into space. That sort of thing is exactly what is going to happen. Vast, arrogant to think we've seen it all. Well, we know we haven't. Hardly believe it myself. I was there. No one's going to believe us. Hardly believe it myself.
I genuinely considered mass hysteria, but the sensor logs confirm it. It's real. So the obvious question is, what the hell are they? Everyone's going to be thinking aliens, but maybe not. Their ships were incredible, but they still felt like ships. They had engines, weapons. I think I even made out a grav drive. If they were really alien, I would just expect it to be more alien, you know? I mean, it could be some
Aliens built the same physics we are.
tech, but I don't know.
Varun seems more likely. But yeah, same. Aliens still bound to the same laws of physics. They might have a better understanding of it than we do, but they're still functioning on the same rule set, even if they do know more about it. So there will be some similarities. Do you think one of the factions could have technology like that?
Anything's possible. But if someone, anyone, had that much of an edge on the others, the whole balance of power would shift, right? It'd be one hell of a conspiracy to keep it quiet. An even greater amount of restraint to keep it in your back pocket.
Yeah. They scream alien. They didn't feel exceptionally alien. No idea who they are. They didn't feel exceptionally alien. No.
Exactly. I'm gonna throw out another wild stab in the dark theory. Maybe they're from outside our known systems. Here's the hypothetical. Centuries ago, some brainiac scientists decide to play settler. But they go way, way beyond any place we've ever been to set up stakes. Once they get there, they make a few lucky breakthroughs, and their science just snowballs from there. I could see them getting further, faster, and hence become the Starborn.
Touch a few beliefs and a little bit of crazy kind of ego to it, and suddenly, yeah, you could end up there. On the other hand, how did they get out there? Where did they come from? What's their connection to the artifacts? There's a lot of unanswered questions in that theory. Definitely a theory.
How non-committal of you. One way or the other, we are not alone. And that's both exciting and terrifying.
Yeah. I don't think his theory's crazy. I think there's still a few unanswered questions, like who made the artifacts and where did they come from? And the temples and stuff. Built by these scientists? Probably not. They would have had to have left Earth, got out there and established themselves long before the rest of humanity did, long before the demise of Earth. And I'm not saying it's impossible, but it does seem a smidge unlikely. I don't know. Don't know enough about the history. Keeping an eye on the messages I'm getting through. Nothing pressing, which is cool. Very curious to find out more about these guys. That'd be interesting. More people wandering around this park than I remember.
I do appreciate
Still
that
a
not
relatively-
every land was plowed under to build this city. This tree is far too grand for such a fate.
I would agree with that. Excuse me one moment. Slight detour to make here. I want to climb the big fancy tree. Aha! We're at the top of the big fancy tree. Oh, Jesus Christ, Android. Fucking hell. Scared the shit out of me. Oh. That's a couple of years off my life right there. Oy, oy, oy. Yeah. Definitely shiny. Get the crap out of me. How's it going, Bloom? Oh, that made me jump way more than I expected. I mean, I suppose that's the point of being made to jump, really, but... you know. I like that there's cash machines. I don't like that we can't use them. Unless you try to steal from them. And you can very easily get caught, because it's not exactly subtle.
I would never dream. Yes, by all means, have a look.
Cornelius. Keeping that. That's going. Old helmet's gonna go. We're all good there. Cool. This guy has much less money than I was hoping he might have. I also seem to have much less to sell than I was hoping I might have, though, so... I feel like there was something else. There's resources to get rid of. I don't actually need most of this, do I? A lot of this. We'll get across the way.
Be careful out there.
And in danger from Androsia, apparently. Fun little statue, that one.
Heard the cabinets assembled some kind of...
Ooh.
Please, if you experience it, welcome to UC District. Yes, of course. Please, take a look.
Shall. Not sure where I got most of this stuff from, but... Cool. That's dropped a lot of weight, but not all of it. I want to store most of what I've got left, though.
Back to it then.
Yarp. Let's go. I see these. Poster. Ooh. I woke up a bit early this morning, which is good. I'm now paying for it this afternoon, though, this evening. So, store. Store that for now. I'll store those as they are going to be used for decoration. I still feel like I'm carrying something unnecessary and heavy. Don't really know, to be honest. No. Not going to worry too much about it, I don't think. I'll spend yet more time cleaning my inventory and stuff out. Right. So, we need to talk to Sarah and Barrett. So let's do that before we take off. Hello? There's Sarah. Crap everywhere. That's one more reason to change the stuff on my ship. Because all of the loose crap will get swept out and stored. But I can pull it out of the storage, sell it off, and then it'll just replace, and we'll have a clean slate to start with.
Whatever you need, you got it. I wanted to talk to you, but honestly, I don't know where to begin. The Starborn's technology is simply astonishing. It's just almost too much to process.
Seemed pretty shaken, wasn't that impressed. Cut to the chase. Never encountered anything like that before.
Of course not. No one has. If an
Using
encounter
your
with
keeping
this
secret,
level of
but calm down.
importance had occurred in the past, I assure you that Constellation would be well acquainted with it.
You seem pretty shaken up.
Yes, I suppose I am. But you can hardly blame me, can you?
We did kind of have to leg
You
it.
understand the significance of this encounter, don't you? This is humankind's first contact with what I believe is an alien race. A race with technology that could be far superior to our own. Oh, we could learn so much from them.
Yeah. You think they'd be willing to teach us? No, not likely, but, well, I don't think they will be.
The way they behaved, I'd say that's not very likely. If we are to learn anything from the Starborn, we're going to have to take the initiative ourselves.
Yeah, sounds a little bit close to the theft line. Or the, human first kind of perspective. Sort of thing. That's how interstellar wars start, Sarah. Be careful. I don't think they'd be willing to teach us anything.
That's what disturbs me. Can't be a coincidence that these Starborn suddenly appeared after your experience at that temple. We know they're here to lay claim to the artifacts, but what's their true motivation? What are they telling us?
It's a good question. I worry they're here to destroy us. Possibility they have a hidden agenda is disturbing. I'm hoping we can come to some sort of understanding. Hidden agenda.
It's very disturbing, especially with all of that cutting-edge technology at their disposal.
Indeed.
Oh, if only we knew more about the Starborn. What their species is like, where they're from, how they're able to speak our language. I feel like a cadet on my very first day aboard a spaceship. My mind is absolutely swimming with questions.
Clearly some type of alien... Angels, time travelers. Oh, time travel's an interesting possibility. I don't think they're aliens. I don't know if they're aliens. I definitely don't think they're angels. Time travelers would explain a lot, actually.
No, not time travelers. I don't think the science is there to support that theory. Their name alone, Starborn. There's some type of hidden meaning there. Something that feels very old, perhaps even ancient. Whatever the case may be, I can assure you that Constellation intends to get to the bottom of this mystery.
Actually, the more I think about it, there might not be a lot of science to back it up, but just because we don't know the science doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Time travel would explain how they could be human, could have somewhat human design philosophies to their technology, which they seem to do. It would explain their connection to ancient temples, in that they went back in time and built them for some reason. If they're moving around backward and forward in time and stuff, that would we're just kind of stumbling in somewhere along the timeline. They're kind of moving back and forth along. Then that would answer a lot of potential questions.
Take your time. I don't mind waiting.
Make every effort to learn about them, cautious in dealing with things beyond their understanding, stay out of their way. Why do you think they call themselves Starborn?
I'm not really sure. Scientifically speaking, we're all born from the stars. Most of the chemical components of our body, carbon, oxygen, sulfur, are exactly the same as those manufactured by internal stellar reactions. Now, ask someone like Matteo the same question, and he'd probably give a more theological answer. But hey...
That's probably why I'm not asking him, really, isn't it? We should be careful.
To a degree, yes. Every bit of exploration comes with inherent risk.
True.
If we continue to avoid life's mysteries, we'll barely make progress as a species.
I mean, that is true, but it doesn't mean you go ahead and do it with your eyes closed or without a sense of caution. Otherwise, the universe's mysteries will never be unravelled if you're smeared across a windscreen or somewhere, will they? At least not by this individual. Don't want you to get hurt. Get to the bottom of this mystery. I'll be there to help you every step of the way.
Thank you. I really appreciate your support right now. You know, it's funny. When I was a little girl, I'd lay on the ground and stare up at the stars. I was absolutely convinced they held a secret. I'd remain there for hours in silence, eyes closed, listening, waiting for the secret to be whispered in my ear. This encounter with the Starborn is that moment to me. The stars are finally whispering, and I need to hear what they have to say.
Yep, going with the naughty answer.
Although I'm flattered that you think of me that way, there's a time and a place for that sort of talk.
Get married, woman.
This is definitely not one of them.
There's always time for that when you're
certainly
married.
Wasted enough of your valuable time. Just do be
You're not going to say stuff like that to your wife. Why did you marry her?
I wouldn't want to lose one of the most valuable members of Constellation. There's something
I think I might have married the wrong one. Again? Bloody hell.
Ron Hope was a real piece of work, wasn't he?
He was a dick. Yeah.
Despicable is too kind a word.
I like
He
dick.
held innocent people with little regard, treating their lives like numbers on a balance sheet. It's an absolute disgrace.
Yep, couldn't agree more.
I'm relieved to hear you say that. Letting him off the hook would have been a terrible injustice.
Taking a bribe to overlook his crimes has been a horrible thing to do. Shame the well-being of hundreds of Hope Decker players are in jeopardy. It wasn't Ron Hope's fault. Yeah, it was. Shame about the livelihoods of Hope Decker
That's
players.
true. It certainly doesn't excuse the blood that he has on his
Yeah,
hands.
and the company has not yet collapsed. It's just going through a change in leadership at the moment. That's fine. Money isn't everything. One for made a mistake. Only hope those folks are going to lose their jobs. I don't think that's necessarily the way it goes. It's a change of CEO because the one guy behaved poorly. It actually could save jobs. Money isn't everything.
No, it certainly isn't. Especially when it comes at the expense of human lives.
Yeah,
Well, I think I've lectured
I didn't
you
really
enough.
buy into his,
Thanks for
oh, it's
taking the
all for
time
my
to listen to me.
employees and they're the most important people thing. Like, it's what you want to hear from your boss. If you can actually believe a word out of his mouth, which I kind of didn't. Barrett?
What's the good word, Chief?
What's happening, darling?
I think of a good word, but a good word is escaping me right now. Hi, Barrett.
Oh, good. Story time. Love it.
Yeah, saying time travel is not possible. It's not possible as far as we currently know. But given the scale of the universe, the things that we know are really not very much at all, so...
I have to talk about the Starborn. Do you have a second? You do, right?
Everybody wants to, apparently. What do you think about it?
It was awesome.
I never thought he'd say that. Want to talk about it too?
Right? How could we not talk about it for the rest of our lives? It could be the dawn of a new era of humanity. Or it could be an elaborate prank or any number of mundane explanations.
Expensive-ass prank. Gracious family?
It's fair. We don't know much about her, but they call themselves Starborn. Doesn't sound that House Varuni to me. But it did sound a little mean, you know? She's unusual by our standards, but our standards only matter to us.
Super advanced ship from one of the factions? Doubt it. Definitely aliens. I find aliens less likely than time travelers, to be honest.
I didn't detect any localized time distortion, which isn't required for that hypothesis, but... Oh, yeah? Joking. I knew that. Jeez. We just need more data. There has to be a way to draw them out and figure out where they're coming from.
We draw them out, we get squashed. It's not a good idea. Interview didn't seem friendly. Need to let them know that we mean no harm. They know we mean no harm. They don't care. They think we're going to do harm anyway, and basically tend to step on us. I mean, it's possible they might know more than us, and they might be absolutely right. We could be pursuing an extremely dangerous path with a sticky end on it. But they need to share information if that's the case. And they want the artifact has to be significant.
It's one of our few facts about them. It seemed very important to them, too. This could be a turning point for humanity, you know? Or it could be just the emergence of a powerful new faction, or some sort of elite military tech, or a gazillionaire with nothing else to do. All we know is that they wanted that artifact badly.
Yeah, it seems time is, like, linear, though. No. There's a certain amount of quantum physics that implies that the universe is a damn sight more complicated than that, and our perception of linearity is limited by the number of senses we have and what we can perceive. If we had more ability to perceive beyond what we're capable of, then things might not seem quite so linear. So, still leaves the what we don't know angle. Don't know what the motives are. Seem like fancy thieves. Does it matter why they wanted it? Yeah, need to know what the motives are.
Agreed. That is going to require more observations, more encounters with them. And who knows? Maybe we'll never see them again.
He's clipping quite hard through that chair. Somehow I think we'll see them again. I've already seen them once. They jumped out of nowhere and tried to blow me up.
Maybe a few minutes. Probably not hours, though. But no guarantees. Well, if it isn't our own ranger. I hope you're not taking the job permanently.
Well, yeah, kinda, but... Can you give me a counter-offer?
There's a lot less paperwork in Constellation. And the benefits are pretty good, too.
No, I am keeping the badge anyway. Not my style. I want to wear the badge. No, I'm not going full-time. Part-time ranger.
Costume party coming up, huh? Anyway, it suits you. Anyway, I'm just
Good
glad
answer.
Ron Hope is gone.
Hope Tech isn't going to survive based on what? That's complete crap. Yeah, company's not dependent solely on its CEO. Couldn't accept his blood money. He's a monster. Incredible entrepreneur. Couldn't come out with monster.
Those farmers are gone.
Thank you very much for the new sub, Mark.
Prevented the
Welcome on
next
in.
group of people from suffering. It was a hard choice that you made, but I'm proud of you, Captain.
Most people seem to think I went the right way, which is good, because I did. Right,
Sure.
So.
I would be happy to chat.
we can now head out and go and find some artifacts.
Ship's good. Buckle up and let's go. Recalculating. And orbit stabilizing. Perfect.
Yeah. But, then again, we didn't have the technology to travel around the world in a few hours not that long ago. A few short years ago, and now we do, so who knows what the future might hold. I think, if you look at the grav drives and the concepts like that in Starfield, obviously we don't have that technology, but we do have theories on how it might work, and that's where Bethesda drew the concept of grav drives from. But it's so far out of our reach now that unless there's a massive, massive change, something spectacular and unexpected, the timeline of the game doesn't add up to where we are scientifically, probably. I haven't got my thing active, have I? So, there's that one there. Actually, they're not too far away. I said Procyon B. Procyon A, apparently. And 4, wasn't it? Yeah. Most things like that, the only thing you can say for certain is, dunno, at the moment. There's so much out there that we just have zero information on.
I love the feeling after a perfect jump.
Interesting. Halfway to another level as well. That's cool. Got graveyard. Oh, interesting. I feel like I have been here before. Let's get a quick nap, shall we? Press the map button to try and get out of my map there, and nothing happened. I think I pressed it too soon. Time, concept. Yeah, exactly.
What do you need?
Is anything real? Yeah, everything around here seems real. But I could just be insane and have absolutely no way of disproving that hypothesis. Because in any proof I find, I've still got to understand with my brain, and if my brain is not working properly, my understanding is not reliable. So, don't know. It's about all we can really say, until we can say something else.
Come on. There are worlds to conquer.
I'm going to nap for another hour here.
I was beginning to
Hopefully,
wonder
I'll
if-
land in the daytime.
Hey, now the party can get started. Finally.
I feel like my spacesuit does not match up to the cockpit of this ship at all. Never stopped you.
Looks green. Ready to land.
Indeed.
What can I do for you, boss?
Feeling it's going to be rough out there. Yeah, definitely know how that goes, right? Oh yeah, of course we're going for artifacts, not for temples, so it's a bit different. Got some weather out here. Got some trouble too, which I should have seen coming, although I kind of didn't. Yeah, that's not that good. Interesting. Like we got trouble. Let's see if I can steal their ship. Don't think I'll have much luck, but... There's the ramp. Ah, damn it.
I promise not to laugh if you need to jump up and down to stay warm.
You just got yourself set on fire in a big way there, Andrew. I mean... shooting them as they ran at me seemed like the logical thing to do. Quite, go the way I was hoping it was going to go, but hey. I feel like there's a body I missed somewhere. One. There was. 2, 3, 4. Okay, yeah, that's all. Sun's coming up. It's getting a bit brighter. That's good. Yeah, pretty much no. It's kind of a point. It's technically impossible to prove that you're not, because any proof could just be a figment of your imagination. You kind of have to assume that what's real is real, and holy crap, there's lots of interesting blue colours going on here, and operate on that basis. Because set on my foot, and now my foot's got pins and needles. That wasn't very clever, was it? This is very interesting. Blue swirly mist. Chunks of mech. Interesting that pieces of the colony wall fought right on top of where an artefact seems to be. There's our hole in the ground. There's another hole in the ground that I'm stuck in. Scavenger burrows. What if you don't have a reflection? If your consciousness creates the reality around you, then reality doesn't exist. It's got to exist for it to be real. It's got to exist in spite of you, not because of you.
Always worth checking. Never know what you might find in their pockets.
Stuck in a cave, apparently. I hate my life. Going here for some dumb salvage was a horrible idea. These things creep me the hell out. There's so much more than we can carry out there. Why do we need to send anyone in here? So my bright idea was to draw straws. I figured the odds of me pulling the short straw would be pretty slim. Guess not. Pretty sure I'm bleeding internally and can't really move. There's no way I'm getting out of here on my own. Hope those jokes out there remember that I'm in here before leaving. Well, if they remembered, they didn't care to act on it. Eyes are a pain in the neck. This is true. Why would there be mechs in a small cave underground? And how did they get here? That's what I want to know. They are immensely cool though. What are you doing up there, Andresia? Weirdo. Got big girders supposedly coming. Well, I thought they might be supporting something, but they're not. They're just lying there, aren't they? Interesting. Maybe they're using the mechs to build something. Still makes me wonder how the heck they got down here, though. What I was hoping for there. Evening Grey. Oh, another cyberpunk patch coming up. Cool. Gather their team working on The Witcher 4 is pretty good size now. Not really humongous, but pretty good size. You can go that way. Kind of deliberately going the wrong way, but not sure where I ended up here, actually. On an upper level, I think. Space steps mag shot. Ammo. Been particularly epic. I think there's probably going to be a way to drop back down to the chamber I was in before. Looks sort of like it.
Oh, need a moment to walk that off?
I'm fine. There's scanned by mining, that makes sense. There's water to find. So that looking forward. I was going to say I'm looking forward to seeing what they do with The Witcher 4. Right, cyberpunk aside, the Witcher games have gotten better and better and better each time round. If they can equal the quality of The Witcher 3, that'd be great. But then again, I haven't actually played The Witcher 3 yet, so... Not terribly surprised. Where are you? Come out wherever you are. Got him. Oh, I gained a quantum essence. What the F is a quantum essence? So they knew the artifact was down here, but instead of trying to take it, they tried to fight me. Humanities. Humanities. This stuff, what I can't pronounce. Now that is going to be my new priority, because I definitely need a ton of this. Which series got better as it went on, which is opposite of Dragon Age, which got worse as it went on. Yes, I would agree with you there, actually, you know? Wholeheartedly. Having played all 3 Dragon Age games, first was definitely the best, and the third one was definitely the worst. Played The Witcher 3 6 times, crikey. Well, I haven't played it yet. I played through the first one and the second one. We did them both on stream. So, The Witcher 3 will be happening on stream eventually. Yeah. Not next, but soon-ish, I hope. Hopefully within the next year. I definitely don't want to go for anything quite as big after Starfield. Go for something sort of a bit shorter, a bit more compact, or a few things. And then there's other things coming up as well, so we'll see how those go. Weird. Yeah, it'd be interesting to check it out at some point. I'm actually in kind of a funny place with The Witcher at the moment. Enjoyed the first 2 series. Haven't watched any more of that. Enjoyed bits of the books. Then some of the shit that Sapkowski wrote was maybe go, fuck that. And specifically, fuck that guy, to be honest. There is stuff in those books that he should never have set to paper. A decent person would not have done so. So, yeah, there's kind of somewhat mixed feelings going on there. Enjoyed the first game, enjoyed the second one, very much looking forward to the third as well. It's kind of the other place I'm at the moment. Been playing like Fozzo House. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, that's cool. Not really my bag. But it's cool. I think that's most of what I'm going to get out of this cave. Maybe not, there's a bit more. If that's mineable. Oh, hello. Mineable or not. Ready? Nice. I have a high function computer, conscious able to read and interpret brain's information storage and put it to good use. So it would appear. More or less. Only the second game you played more than once, first was accurate in time. Oh, that's interesting, Christian. I think there's a bunch of stuff I played more than once, but whole bunch of stuff. I do have a bit of a comfort gaming habit in some areas though, so it's all good. Never been much of a Zelda fan though, I have to admit. Yeah, there are others, but doesn't do it for me. To give the new ones a go at some point, but not exactly in a tearing rush. Oh, there's a bodies, okay.
What does your scanner reveal?
What do your elf eyes see? Your digital elf eyes reveal. Just that I need to get inside, I think. Classic. It is a hill to be, yeah.
Time to leave this place behind.
And 64, nice. Got a mate, I think, still uses N64 from time to time. We had a gathering a while back and he actually brought it with him. Bit of an old school flashback. Well, right now we're going to fire on this asshat. Who got away last time, apparently. Toying with them there. Wondering whether or not I was going to be able to catch up for a minute. Yeah, I was wondering whether or not I was going to be able to... 22 positron batteries. Fucking hell. That was a good haul. Exploding, that must have been the spaces that were looting this planet then. And then, I thought I was going to say something now. Oh yeah. Didn't get on that well with the N64 myself. The controls are all very, very strange to me. It's okay in Mario Kart, but... Mario Kart and GoldenEye were the big two. 2 out of the big 3 on that particular console, I think, really.
Yes, we're here.
those beautiful stars.
Just a little temperate planet here. And a deserted robotics lab. This time, what have we got? Nickel, lead, chlorine, tungsten and cobalt. Tungsten I was never getting from W, I have to admit. Still gonna need a good nap though. Before we can get round to
Well, hello, sunshine.
Do you need something?
she says that like I've just woken up. Yeah, before we get around to landing this place in the daytime. Yeah, I think it was probably strange for a lot of people. Well, everybody, in fact. Nintendo keep doing that, though. Try and think outside the box with their control schemes. It's
We have things to do.
not surprising some work out better than others. I don't recall the Wii U being particularly
My day just...
highly rated on that. From the perspective of...
a whole lot brighter.
Actually, let's land and then see if that helps. Yeah, I don't remember the Wii U's controls being particularly highly regarded. That's what I was looking for with that, before my brain tried to do two things at once and failed miserably, as it so often does. Yeah, the controller designed for somebody with 3 hands is very weird.
Landing now.
Ah, right on a landing pad. Just don't need to worry too much about waiting for the morning. Then. I've seen this sort of facility several times before. They do look cool, but interesting.
No organics here. Valuable minerals, perhaps.
Perspective changes quite dramatically when you take pictures on your ship to when you take them on ground level. So I'm being encouraged to go this way, and I was thinking I might explore the facility first, but I think I'll actually do the facility afterwards. If there is cause to separate, which maybe there isn't actually.
Excellent coverage, both environmental and defensive. Smart.
Oh, we do need to go in there, okay. I thought that might be the case. I thought we might have a bit of bother over here. Boom! Where is our pirate friend? There he goes! That was fun. They didn't even notice the spaceship arriving on their doorstep. Not very bright of them. Use this into thumbsticks. Yeah. I'm trying to think back to what the N64 controller looks like now. Again. It was one of the first to have a thumbstick, wasn't it? You seem to recall. I don't know how I felt about the PlayStation 1, to be honest. I don't recall it being particularly difficult. But
Hope you can succeed.
it was a long time ago. Andrea. Doesn't care about you robbing stuff, presumably as a result of a year spent as a smuggler, but just cares about getting caught. I had a feeling it was going to be a bad guy in here. Not a very bright one. Didn't turn around and look at the entrance when the airlock very loudly cycled right behind them.
An interesting find. Shall we?
Catalyst is used for, but apparently it's quite rare. Yeah. We're looking at old reviews and seeing reviews complaining about dual thumbsticks. Yeah. Times they change, don't they? Yeah, broken hand's going to make their gaming considerably more difficult. Evening action, how are you doing? I don't think I need any of that. Chirp. Balls. Interesting. I was hoping for a better result there. Well, a modified Beowulf might be worth a bit. Yeah, definitely hard. I remember playing PC games when ooh, nice. When I'd got stitches in my hand. That was interesting. Managed okay because it was in here actually. It's a fine exhibition of why you don't catch falling knives. But I could use a mouse. But I had to be quite careful. Anything more, I could not have used a controller. The thumb movement just wouldn't have been happening, but a mouse I was okay with. Not something I ever played much of, table tennis. Chameleon spacesuit. Ooh, nice. Nice spacesuit as well. Just the stats are terrible. And as we discussed last time, I'd be willing to accept a certain amount of a hit, but that is way more of a hit than I'm going to go for. I feel like... No, I looked up here expecting there to be a bad guy, and there wasn't. That was it. That H3 still under there. Creeped me out for a moment. Played the original Pong. I think I might have played remade version of it. I don't know if I played it on the original, whatever the hell it was on. But I have definitely played Pong. Somebody's having a bad day though. Working hard or hardly working? And that one. Oh, that one. Well, it's one of you. It's not, is it? There? Okay, fair enough. Sure, I accept the premise that I was wrong in the first place, but okay.
How quickly? Can you get
Getting
that
an
done?
awfully large number of positron batteries all of a sudden.
What did you need?
I need you to get the F out of my way, that's what I need. Doing thinking about future builds at the same time as exploring it here. Usually...
Terminal on the catwalk. Worth investigating, if heights do not bother you.
I was expecting there to be bad guys down there. Full select suit. Probably not. Another spaceship. What over it, Gaff? Chunk's egg. That sounds horrific.
Time to earn a living. Got some more? Now look at you. They are paying me.
Took him right out of the air there. Mostly right out there. His Razorback standing on end.
Best not to leave anything useful behind.
Well, I don't plan to leave anything useful behind. No, I don't plan to leave a whole lot of stuff that's even vaguely interesting behind. Space Invaders, definitely a classic now. Got it. Let's go. Screw into the TV. Oh, crikey. Yeah, I think, well, Mega Drive was not the earliest thing I used, I think, but it was the earliest one I remember clearly. Although the older stuff that I played with probably came along later, which is interesting. That was easy. Taking the art welder, I'll have everything else. Interesting sets of stuff I'm finding. Lab outfit. Bunch of beers. Right. Didn't actually want the bolt cutters, but sometimes decisions get made for you, don't they? Don't mind all of this stuff, but bit heavy for carrying around at this juncture. It's first clone game. That's grim.
You know what they say. One man's trash is... Well, perhaps now is not the time.
Not when the trash is a corpse in the bin. No, right? That's probably a little callous. I had hoped that was going to... There we go. Solve the problem. I mean, they can hope. It's not going to happen, but they can sure hope. Solve that problem.
Give up already.
There's a very solid tree. Where are you? It's a solid set of shells, that's what that is.
Just give up! Blood everywhere!
Got him. Whew. Boss is putting up a fight in here.
Laboratories like this rarely produce anything benign.
Well, that's an interesting observation, Androsia. Thinking medical will be medical stroke research kind of thing, much like this. Well, although different scale and shape and stuff, will be my next Outpost edition. So, it's one of the reasons I'm kind of keeping an eye out for stuff to pick up at the moment. Just in case there's anything in here that is useful. I admit, the idea of playing a knife build doesn't really appeal to me very much. Potentially interesting bits and pieces. Not quite as much as I was hoping for. Like a razorback. Yeah, I think I was shooting through these, and that's probably why I couldn't get anywhere, because I think they're technically solid. Even though they've got a big gap in them.
I think you may be trying to take a little too much on. Literally.
Yeah, maybe, but, you know. Can't decorate with stuff I don't pick up, can I, Androsia? Here's Tanto.
Another way through here. Unsure where it leads.
I'll be heading through there, don't you worry. It leads to the mess hall and some other stuff like that. Living quarters and stuff. Molecular extractor, that's cool. Ooh. Let's make use of sealant. Not so much metabolic agent, though. Ooh. How are we doing? Anything cool in there? Oh, another razorback. Oh, it's Master Lots. That'd be a good one, then. This one. That way. That one, I think. That works. That works. Pretty close together on that one. That's interesting. Cool. Went quite smoothly.
Hopefully there is something of value here.
Pressed radioactive spaces out. Not the worst I've ever seen, not the best. Using space grub over there. This one. Nice. Right, let's go get into a bit more trouble just through here.
Well, either we press on or we turn back. Your call.
Well, Androsia, pressing on and turning back are two options, and you can't do both, so yeah, either we do one or we do the other. I mean, you can press on then turn back, but still only doing one at a time. Oh dear, Gray. Oh, made me sad now, Gray. You remember who's got the rights to the tennis next year in the UK, and it's fucking shite. Yeah, you have. Come on, open that door for me.
You're gonna
Oh, nice work, Androsia. Yeah, comes at me with a knife and then stops, and Androsia's next to him. Bang! In the side of the head. That was quite nicely done. She didn't have points for that one. It's not your fault, Gray. It's Rupert Murdoch's fault for existing. Like a lot of things. It'd just be better if he stops doing that. Is that cruel and unfair? Maybe. Well, cruel maybe. Unfair, probably not. Unkind, yeah, but, you know. You're a tosser, you don't tend to attract kindness, really, do you? Oh, a load of stuff I want.
I also wish to be prepared for any situation, but there are practical limits, no?
No. No. Personnel rip shank. Well, that's crap. I know. Plus fire will be worth a few quid, though. No more BBC tennis. There was almost none on BBC anyway. And I suspect Wimbledon will still be on BBC. Not that I care anyway, that's just as bad as having it on Sky. Well, it's not quite as bad as having it on Sky actually, but it's almost as bad. Decoration in here is very nicely done. Yes, I am very not happy about this state of affairs. Floating one there. Tool grip weapons do more damage. Ammo crate. It's expert. I thought for a minute I was going all in on a master lock, which I'm not. Ooh. Okay, I can work with that. Got it. Just ammo, but hey. Not very observant, that chap. Yeah, the consume option is available, isn't it? It has been for like a couple of weeks now, or a week and a bit. And I've only just really looked at it now. Contains coffee, maybe. Press the wrong button, actually. Am I drinking from this mug? Then walk away. Do you like the stylized mugs like that a bit more? Yeah, cool. Then if I went to Wimbledon and scared it'll rain and Clipperidge will lead another sing-along. That's a reasonable thing to be scared of, I think, Noel. And I can't criticise that particular position too much. I feel like that's enough. Anyway, the whole reason we came here was to find an artefact, which is apparently down here somewhere, and somehow I've still not found. I mean, I'd think it'd be in a cave, but Oh, God. Well, the entrance doesn't seem to be down here.
We can go farther this way, it seems.
Away! Away! I feel like the entrance is probably outside somewhere. Because I don't think there's anywhere in here that I have yet to find. And I'm not having much luck. Oh, hello.
Not everything in the galaxy needs to come with us, you know.
That's correct. You can stay right here. Yeah. That one. That's been happening a lot more recently. Opening up the weapons cases to find nothing in there. There's a broken wall somewhere. Ooh. I'll have a gander then. Thank you. Seen a warfare tech, huh? It has to be down in that lab somewhere because it just doesn't seem possible to be anywhere else. Ah, I see. Right past it without seeing it. You'll do. What am I talking about? Draja! Where are you?
Not many options other than to proceed ahead. Shall we? Yes, you need me?
Come here, my strange mule.
I keep.
Pack mule. Very weird one, but... There we go.
So, yes.
Yeah, I forgot they were going to be bastards. Come out wherever you are.
Hear the music, universe.
Oh, I'm still none the wiser as to what quantum essence is, but apparently I've got 2 of them now. So apparently either cucumbered or dramatically slowed in some way. I'll get what I want from this somehow. don't know how I'm suddenly over encumbered. I guess that stuff that I picked up, whatever it is. Quantum whatever it was. It's weighing a lot. It's not listed, interestingly. SRPQ. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be here anywhere. So I'm guessing it goes somewhere else. Oh, I've still got a skill point to use. Huh, forgot about that. We're working over here, really, aren't we? Because I can now use one of these if I wanted to. I mean, I'd probably take that and use it as unique conversation options, maybe, but... Bribery, deception... Deception seems like the way to go. Possibly commerce. Let's get me all the way up to here. What's this going to do if I boost commerce? Buy for less and sell for more. Don't really feel like I need anything else, to be honest, at this current juncture, so... I mean, I do, but, you know. How you doing, Salt? Yeah, I've been steadily working my way through things. Yeah. Keeping it to the stream, though, so... the heck have I... Picked up something that weighs a hell of a lot, anyway. Oh well, I guess we'll have to struggle on through or something. I feel like I should be able to zap that. Somewhere in here I can. There we go. When it goes red like that, it's telling me it's doing damage, so why is it not doing anything? Now, this stuff is supposed to be insanely rare, but I need it.
Now would be a good time to reprioritize what we bring with us and what we leave behind.
I know, I'm carrying more than my body weight in each pocket. It's slightly daft, but whatever. Yeah, we'll definitely be getting DLC. I'm guessing we'll get at least... I mean, how much did we get for Fallout 4? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 per DLC. So we'd expect to have at least that much. Plus, obviously, I suspect they will go in on the Creation Club stuff as well. Which you can either consider DLC or not, I suppose, depending on one's perspective. Yeah, we'll see whether or not they can pull off lightning in a bottle again with the getting the thing to last 10 years, but Or getting people to still be playing in 10 years. It kind of depends on the post-launch support, really, doesn't it? They're not rushing it, which actually says they're intending to stick it for the long haul. I don't know. Right. Let's get out of it. Hideously cucumbered. Ah!
Well, this seems worth a look.
There we go. Made it. Oh, I managed to accidentally tag the warp button. That explains a lot. Dumbass. Being a dumbass. Wish I could say it was the first time. Shattered Space is already mentioned, yeah. No doubt there'll be a downside more than that, though. I can see for Fallout 4, we got 3 pieces of story-centric DLC and 3 pieces of settlement DLC. I imagine we'll probably get something broadly similar for Starfield. Plus, I would guess, also shipbuilding related DLC as well. Where are you, you sneaky bugger? You need to take shots at me and live. That's how you lob a grenade. So I definitely hit him. That one did not hit him. And that'll be why he moved left. She moved left, apparently. Apparently it blew herself into somewhere. Oh, there she is.
Did they have anything of value?
They did actually, Andrea, now that you mention it. I'm keeping it for myself. There we go. For the DLC, it fills some of the empty planets. I wouldn't be surprised if some of it happens on previously empty planets. Doubt it'll be vastly expensive. Well, they might add some settlements. I suspect we'll get a House of Marine themed DLC at some point. Whether or not that's the one that's announced or not, who knows. But it might include their settlement, maybe.
We have liftoff.
Building star-yards and space stations, that's a possibility, yeah. It's, the components are still there in the game, so the groundwork's already done.
Red apogee, surrounded by stars and the vastness of space.
Right. Next stop. I don't even know what the next mission is. Head back to the lodge, I guess. Yeah. Then I'm going to detour via my outpost in the Olympus system. It's over here, apparently. So I need to drop some stuff off. Now I'll see if we can drop off a bit in New Atlantis, because I've definitely got plenty to sell as well.
Complete. Want to do it again, just for fun? No?
Well, hello, power from beyond. More powers are going to get. How are we doing? Okay. I want to store most of this.
Maybe later.
The I guessed. I wonder. Yeah, I mean, yeah, the Class C thing's a thing. Making ships that are like carriers that have, yeah, sort of star carriers essentially would be quite cool. Didn't think so. Just wanted to check a quick thing there. Okay, hadn't realised I picked that up. Store. What in here? Teapot. It's not an electric teapot, it's a goddamn kettle! It causes me pain. Such pain. Nice. It's at least a few pounds dropped. Let's get out of here, go flog some stuff on our way back to the lodge. Still having your coffee, Gray? Well, it's later in the day than that, there. Unless you're having a late start. Would make sense.
Always a satisfying moment to return to your ship.
Right. I think we are basically good. Does look quite cool out the window, though.
Lifting off now. Looks peaceful from up here, doesn't it?
Yeah, I'm curious what new stuff they'll add in time. Interesting. Shattered space. I'm wondering what shattered space could be, actually. The whole new story. It could be equivalent of broken steel that's added onto the end of Fallout 3. Sounds like that.
Space once more.
Scan complete. You are cleared to...
We'll see, I guess. Right, let's get some crap offloaded, shall we? That's not the E button, that's the E button. Let's get rid of that for now. Makes me sad that there's no good pirate spacesuits. Stats wise. Dropped a bunch of this off and I completely forgot as well. Oot clusters. It sounds quite terrible. They're just selling that for nothing for quite some time, probably. Oh well, whatever. It's not like I'm that desperate for cash anyway. Vault tech among the stars. That'd be funny.
Yes, what?
Hope life is treating you well.
Stop by anytime you'd like to catch up.
It's kind of been. I heard a rumor she has a follow-up quest for you, but I've never seen one yet.
Did you need something? I have never been one to shy away from shouldering my share of a heavy load.
Well, good for you. Fortunately, today is not that day. Crap. I pressed the wrong button. What shall I? Should go straight back into my hotkeys.
That
Now
is
they've
all?
pulled all that out.
Very well.
It did. Wait, that's where I want to be.
If you don't, hope you're finding everything you need. Oh, please.
It's
take a look.
go. Right. Got a grand love here. Most of it cleaned out. Don't she's got anything else I want. Fish worker wetware is quite interesting. I wouldn't wear it, but if I felt I had the occasion to display it, nothing good, unfortunately. Which is about what I was expecting. Okay, let's buy all that ammo because I'll probably make use of that. There's some more of the stuff that I don't need. 313. It's fine. Head on over and drop off somewhere else in a minute. Whoop, hello. That way. There's a stunk boy. Yes. Many things I could say to that, but I'll choose not to.
Never a dull day in the big city.
Somebody had a name there. Logan Cullen. Who the hell are you?
Good to see you.
Like living here?
Oh, sure. There's always tons of travel into New Atlantis, so there's no shortage of people to meet. I love talking with the new people and hearing about their journeys. Not to mention, it's also nice and safe. Unlike my brother's job.
What's your brother do?
He's a Marine, and if that wasn't bad enough...
I think I might have spoken to her before.
He keeps telling me it's safe and how he loves his job, but I just worry about him so much. All I ever hear about Sidonia is how many people get hurt in accidents there. I just pray that he'll be okay.
Bit rough. He'll be okay.
I hope you're right. I just have such a hard time believing that, though. But, oh my, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to dump all of that
Same
onto you.
accent as the Aussie
It
lady
just
from
feels
Neon
good to
yesterday.
get it all off
I
my
think it was the same voice actress.
There's a huge tree in the Embassy District, across from the mass station.
Yep.
Trust me, it may sound dumb, but I think everyone should see it at least once when they're in the city. It's so cool. Or maybe I just love trees. See you.
Right. Definitely an Aussie. Yep. Not the strongest Aussie accent ever, but that's fine. It's easy to understand,
Bulk
actually.
items may require multiple... Welcome to UC District. Oh, well...
Alright. Every day. Okay. Another one I've basically cleaned out.
Right. Come back if you need something else.
1,500,000. 500,000. Nice. Definitely got a bit of cash now. It's coming a bit faster than it was before.
Private sector. Now that's where the real money's at.
Quite nice view though. Good angle.
You're only as safe as your... I would never dream of selling. Yes, by all means.
Nice fellow, but I think I've heard enough of his spiel. How are you not fully cashed up again? Do not approve.
Be careful out there.
Yeah, we're going to stop by the well on the way back out, I think. For now, we'll go and hit the lodge. Just about as far away from this side of town centre as possible to get. Keep on going. How do you get all the artifacts into space? Because humanity moved en masse into space scope, in short. As I understand it, anyway. You know, planet's dying, people of the massive exodus of people from all over the world. A lot of them will stick together in sort of, not exactly nations,
time
but
here as some of the others, but
clusters.
I appreciate that I was still given my own room.
Yeah, so they tend to get accents to change a bit, and you do get some slightly odd variations of the accents, which would make sense.
Captain
Yeah,
I am fully updated
that's my guess anyway.
and ready to assist with tasks.
Look at how far we've come.
Tasks.
It's all becoming so overwhelming. The Starborn, the artifact visions, the music. Is it all worth it?
Mateo, are you having a crisis of faith? You?
You jumping to
What
conclusions
if the
much?
Starborn are right? What if our hunt for the artifacts is a fool's errand? Doomed
Yeah,
to
that too, right?
failure and catastrophe.
You think we're doing the wrong thing? We just want answers. Isn't that why we all joined in the first place? The noble quest of discovery?
Wondering if it's all worth it. No, I was right, we can't abandon this now, but stop before we drown in seriousness. No, I was right.
Agreed. We should not abandon our mission when things become difficult.
I'm sorry. I'm not trying to shame either of you. Blame the workings of a worried mind. I just hope that this journey doesn't turn us into something that we wouldn't recognize from where we are now.
Hate to interrupt, but I have a favor to ask. Lot of equipment on the Eye has reached the span's end. If we're going to find more artifacts further out, we need work done. Got the nods and signs from Sarah and Walter for the materials, but I need hands.
What kind of repairs?
Console parts, replacement wires that have burned out, some fixes to the intercom between the station and the lodge.
Surely you mean radio or some kind of telephone, space phone. I mean, I'm not quite sure how they did it. I think back in the day they used to communicate with the space stations by the equivalent of satellite phones, didn't they? But now it's closer to Skype, really. Happy to help.
Won't be going alone. Need more than just the you and I. Asked around. A few constellations are already on their way up.
Nice.
If you are free soon, could we talk? I'll be heading to the Eye to assist momentarily.
If I get on
It's been
planet.
quieter
Yeah,
around
I
here
wonder
since
whether or not
Vladimir
people
went
would
to live
stick
on
together
Earth full-time.
solidly in nations or not. I think nations would probably want that. Governments would probably want to keep their people together so they can remain governments and in power, because that's the way people in power think usually. But like the citizens, they might see it as an opportunity to just spread out, do something new, meet new people, stuff like that. Everyone wants to chat.
I would be more useful to you aboard your ship.
If you ever did want to talk about it, I'd
I can't wait to head up to the Eye again.
I do not think so, but thank you for your interest.
Some other time then.
Sounds like Vladimir could use our help on the station.
Guess you must plan to head out there, given Cora's just walked through the door. I don't think she'd have done that if Sam wasn't going that way. Yep. Right, so we just got a whole bunch of stuff dumped on us. The next quest is short-sighted. Go to the Eye. And a whole lot of people would like to talk, I think. I just came out there and I'm probably going back in. Walter and Androsia at the very least. Well, Walter's down here, so let's have a chinwag with Walter.
Well, I suppose that station in orbit has more than paid for itself at this point.
I suppose if Song's doing any companion quests before I start this one, it's a lot easier to do them before this point in the game. Okay, we'll see. I don't need to head out and start any quests yet, but we can do that in a minute. Sebastian Bank's speech.
Oh, right.
Oh yeah, I remember.
I was afraid you were going to bring
From
that up
the last
again.
mission we did with him.
Very well.
He has one
Let's
memorized.
see if I embarrass myself or not. My colleagues, I venture out into the darkness of space once again. Many of you have expressed concern. At my age, you say, Surely the risks are too great. Surely Sebastian Banks has earned a rest. Nonsense, I say. To go out into the unknown, to brave the possibility of never coming back, to ignite the spark of hope that humanity will find answers out there in the stars, that...
Vasco's talking in my other ear is extremely annoying.
If this last expedition is my time, then I say I have been fortunate.
I can see why this appeals to Walter, though.
To leave, surrounded by people who could not be more different from one another, but who share a common purpose. That, dare I say, I am fortunate. My soul has a home it can always come back to. And that was the last thing Sebastian Banks ever said in the lodge before he disappeared.
Before he disappeared, huh?
Constellation has been waiting for him to come home ever since.
Now I'm curious. What, where did he disappear to? You okay after the ambush? Yeah.
Not my first time in a hostile negotiation, as you well know. Admittedly, I usually know more about who I'm facing off against. I'm very interested in what Noel can learn from the scans. The technology on that ship was impressive, to say the least. If there's a chance, we could learn enough to duplicate some of it.
It's the entrepreneur. Big things to worry about. Wouldn't hurt to level the playing field. Wouldn't hurt to level the playing field, yeah.
That's certainly true. And it also wouldn't hurt to give Stroud Eklund an advantage in the marketplace.
Yes, I thought he might be thinking money. Any more work?
I want you to know I was very impressed with your work back on Neon.
Nothing I can handle.
I'm beginning to wonder if there's anything you can't handle. I'd like to test that theory. My Star Yard's been having a little trouble getting our next project off the ground. I need someone capable and decisive to step in and steer it in the right direction. Interested?
Tell me more, not now. Aren't you usually more involved? Whatever it is, I mean. Aren't you usually more involved?
As you know, I'm a busy man, running a company, helping to manage Constellation's financial needs. It doesn't leave me with much time to get into the weeds with every little business venture that comes my way. Besides, think of this as a rare opportunity to help shape the future of a major consumer brand.
Tell me more.
Of course, now that I know you're interested. It's a new ship. We want to diversify our fleet.
Well, obviously.
I don't know why the people I pay very handsomely to come up with new designs can't seem to get out of the R&D phase. And frankly, I don't care.
Because you keep paying them.
I just want someone, you, to go there and show them how it's done.
They're still designing, and you're paying them to design. You keep designing. You keep getting paid. You must know it's double in Starship design, then.
I did not. Part of the problem is that my designers seem to be having trouble agreeing on
He doesn't seem
plan.
enthusiastic.
I should mention that you're not there to make design decisions. You're there to get the project back on track and help guide them. So, ideally, you're not adding to the problem.
We'll see what we can do.
Excellent. I'll send word ahead to the project lead, Jules Degante, that you're taking point. They'll all be instructed to listen to you and follow your direction. I expect big things from you, so I'm excited to see what you manage to deliver. I don't believe you'll let me down.
Okay. I see. I guess you probably do want to talk. Yeah, you really think Starborn could be something like Avenging Angels?
There's certainly precedent, isn't there? We've been operating for a while now on the fringes of what we, humans, know and understand. Why rule anything out? I just think we should be open-minded. Keep everything on the table.
Angels probably wouldn't need spaceships. Don't make assumptions. Not sure. I'm ready for supernatural adversaries. I'm not sure I'm ready for supernatural
You
adversaries.
could argue we've been veering into the supernatural for a while now.
This is true.
You yourself have powers that seem to defy logical explanation. It's the argument I have with Walter every other week. Science and reason have their place, but so does faith. We have all of them at our disposal, and I don't for 1 second believe they're mutually exclusive.
Not mutually exclusive, just one is a shit
care
lot
of
more
yourself.
useful than the other.
Captain, I believe your ship will perform more efficiently if you bring me on board.
I think most everybody else has cleared off
At
to
this point, I don't
the
know what
eye.
we can do to get that project back on track. With it.
I don't know who else here still.
We've always considered ourselves explorers, but this really is uncharted territory, isn't it?
Starborn?
You mean what could be the biggest discovery in the history of humanity? Yeah, I've got some thoughts. Scans are still inconclusive, but I think we've seen enough to know that we're dealing with something potentially even more unusual than the artifacts. There are so many questions beyond just who are they? How did they find you? How do they know about the artifacts? Why has no one ever seen them before?
Ooh, this is doing a number of my nose there. We'll get answers, never dull moments. Okay to be worried. It's okay to be worried.
Yeah, well, I'm worried whether or not it's okay. It was one thing when this was just about us investigating the artifacts. A weird phenomenon that didn't come with creepy threats or questions about aliens or whatever it is that's going on now. I know we'll figure it all out in the end. It's just kind of a lot right now.
A lot anytime, let's be honest.
Stay safe, okay?
That's the plan. Sam and Cora left already. Sure where my bedroom door's in. Andresia said she went up top. Was Vlad's room before he gave it to Andresia, interestingly. Cute.
What did you want to talk about?
So nah. Well, there's several things I want to do first. One of which involves checking my crew roster and seeing what's going on here. Interesting. All of the Constellation folks have buggered off. I'm guessing that's what you were getting at, was it, Gray? They've all cleared off to the eye, and now until I get a bit further along, I can't get them off. I'm guessing. And we'll see what happens. Doesn't seem like there's any other progress. Yeah. Doesn't seem like I'm going to make any other progress, and that was not the button I wanted. Until I get up there, anyway. Yep. It's a bit more up than I wanted. Let's stop in here and check out the stock. There isn't supposed to be anything cool.
Please let me know if I may assist you.
Currently dressed like a maniac, but you know.
You won't find a large. Be my guest.
That's weird. Sorry, dress is pretty awesome. Edmund Slackware. Stitched suit. Couple of options there. If I decided to do a James Bond
Is appreciated.
pistol wielding build at some point, which I'm kind of tempted by, one day, I would probably come in here to get appropriate attire for such a character. Cool to see Constellation spacesuit as hazmat skin in 76. It would be quite fun.
If you ask me, it's always a good time for a terror brew.
Spacers are a menace everywhere. But on the Altair system, we've heard that an unlikely alliance pacified the system. A credible source said the Freestar Militia and UC Marines banded together to defeat a large force of spacers preying on colonists in the system. When reached for comment, UC Command said that the Marines were involved in routine training exercises. Whatever really happened, it's good that at least one system is safe from spacers today.
Yeah, I feel like Spacers is perhaps not Bethesda's finest creative moment. Pirates, I mean, Spacers and Pirates are basically the same thing. Can't imagine they'd get a separate name. Crimson Fleet and Pirates in general.
I'd much rather have someone. Please, take a look.
I don't know, maybe they would. Ebon Eagle does slightly more damage than a regulator, interestingly. It's got a higher fire rate as well. Yeah, to be honest, it's just better, to be honest. Not quite as cool looking, but it is better. Star Shard. Interesting. I don't mean to sell so many frag grenades, but I'll do something about that. I did not in fact sell any frag grenades, that's okay. Cool. Space bandits, yeah. I mean, they do take ships in space, so they are basically just a different type of pirate, just not affiliated with the Crimson Fleet. But you think that, I don't know. The choice of name, I can see why it's there. It differentiates them from the Crimson Fleet. Makes sense. But would most people bother with that? Or feel the need to? In general conversation? Mind you, I was watching somebody talking about a thing you find in books a lot. Particularly like fantasy novels. Pointing out that you'll see potentially hundreds of characters with names mentioned over a long series of books, but it's not very common to run into two characters with the same name, because it's confusing for the author and the audience. But in reality, obviously, you get a lot of people with the same name. So this is the game without bandits, exactly. You gotta have raiders, you gotta have bandits, you gotta have spacers. Crimson Fleet are a bit more specialised than any of those groups, I suppose. Wonder how they get up to the eye if I've got the ships. I mean, technically I'm not using Frontier at the moment. But aye. Interesting how early on in the game's lifespan the AI was developed and designed. When you think about it, considering it was the first thing we saw of the game. Walter does own a ship production company. Yeah, he might have some spares at his disposal, I suppose. That does make sense. Go check in on everyone.
Setting up some software. Want to test the computer over there? Help Vladimir code up this system the first time. Now, how did this work again? You could just give...
Let's give it a go. Test connection. Being in the lodge. Success.
My ingenious software test run. Now that is some fine teamwork. Perfect. Should really help whenever we need to send data back and forth from the lodge.
Okay, Sarah's around
Grab a couple
here.
of wrenches and let's tighten this equipment down.
Something, tighten your equipment. Pick up a wrench to help tighten down the equipment. There's a spark, a small explosion from one of the electric boxes.
Well, I'm certain that wasn't supposed to happen. Check with Vladimir?
Yeah, I'm fairly sure.
Oh, sore. One too many squats. You color the wrong wires. Station showing red.
Problem with the repairs we made.
Nastier than I measured. Figured a few of the parts might be iffy, but this is going to take more than a span.
Oh, I should have checked the compatibility when we made the order. I can stay with you until we get all this fixed.
No need for the martyr's clothes, but I'm happy to have the help. As for you, while we're giving the eye the swords, need to tip your ear on another matter when you got the time.
Surprising. And another skill point. Nice. I feel like Andreas is up here somewhere as well, but I'm blowed if I know where. Can't hide in the cupboard. It's a bedroom of sorts. Vlad's bedroom. Vlad's other favourite room.
I must confess, the hum of a grav drive makes me feel alive.
Been back in Sanctuary.
Man, the galaxy's too big to be stuck in the same place.
Have any new books for me?
Well. Sure, it's a crapper. Oh, there she is, hanging out in that mess hall. Word nearly escaped me then.
Is something amiss? It has been a relief to be honest with you about my past. I appreciate your willingness to listen. But
it's interesting
about this, remembering all those years, has brought back some unsettling memories.
Here for if you need someone to listen, don't talk if it's uncomfortable. Ever had a fun day in your life? Memories of... you have memories of Hellstrom that aren't unsettling? I'm surprised. Well, they wouldn't be to her, would they? That'd be normal. Here if you need someone to listen. Just be the nice one.
That means a great deal to me. I have told you that I spent many years coordinating with smugglers
yes,
along
repeatedly.
the edges of the settled systems. There were men and women I worked alongside closely. And over time, I established relationships. They were not of the promised, but I considered them friends.
The promised?
It describes the people of House Varun. We who have been promised to serve the Great Serpent now and forever. In exchange, he promises to care for us when he returns to his domain.
Yeah. She does seem to be quite into it, doesn't she?
Yes, I have found that to be true. It was, and is, still a surprise. You must understand. I was raised to believe that those who do not follow the Great Serpent do not matter. For they are lost. Their fate is fixed.
The ambassador obviously disagrees.
Grim. And yet here were these men and women with hopes and dreams, delights and aversions. It felt like a small betrayal of my people, of House Varun, but I cared for my friends. And then I lost them.
Yeah, it sucks. Never easy.
It's not something I have much experience with. It was so sudden. We had met on a remote planet to transfer cargo.
Zealots. Interesting.
And zealots appeared in force, seemingly out of nowhere. There was barely time to react. So many were cut down immediately. I believe my years of training saved me, got me moving when others faltered. I retreated to my ship immediately. But I left them all behind. Aaron Bascom and Jada Wong. They were my friends, and I abandoned them. And in the years since, I have never looked for them.
That's pretty cold. If the half-strong shield I got by, you worried they blame you for leaving them? How long's it been? You never checked. How long's it been?
10 years.
Yep, that's cold.
I was immediately reassigned to another role, light years away.
You never checked up on them?
No. I told myself it's because I never had the time, but in truth, I was scared of what I'd find.
Interesting. That makes sense. Worried they blame you for leaving them?
No. Maybe. I don't know.
I'd be pretty
It
pissed.
all happened so fast, and I've had so much time since then to replay it in my head. Wonder if I should have done things differently. In my time getting to know you,
Eternal question.
I have thought more and more of all this. How little sense it all made, how I never really knew what happened or what became of my friends. My connection to you has reminded me what it means to trust someone, to be there for them. And I can no longer live with not knowing. I need to finally pursue this. I would like you
So we're
with me
finally
when I
getting the
do.
companion quest. I'm
I do
looking
not
at.
know what we will find, but I know it will be easier with you at my side.
Yeah, I'm in.
I am not sure I will find any comfort in it, but I think it is important nonetheless.
You never know.
I'm not sure where they might be now, but I believe we should begin the search in Aquila City. That is where I last saw Aaron Bascom.
So until I complete, she won't be dismissed until I complete quest. That's cool. Question though. Pretty sure she said they were jumped by zealots. That would not have happened in Aquila City. So she obviously did see him either post, or he wasn't actually there at the time they were jumped. I suppose that's possible. But oh, hello, Sarah, scaring the crap out of me. Barrett, yeah, just leaves light, doesn't it? Yeah, talk to you.
Forgot to check the math on a few equations. The brain's long gone. Forgetfulness. Don't want to worry anyone, but we got more competition. Not Starborn. Rival collector. Captain
Interesting.
Petrov owns a salvager vessel called the Scow. Runs it like a palace of novelties. And he's got a new prize in his collection.
This will be the guy who looks awfully like he came out of the first Guardians of the Galaxy movie. Except not so much like Benicio del Toro. Basically, otherwise the same general idea.
Hires every gun and knife willing to chop relics out of their owner's hands for pay. Scrapes out any derelict ships his mosquitoes can find.
Guessing you won't hand it over easily.
Reached out through my hand-to-hands to see if we can do an honest swap. He says the rock ain't for sale for any price. Think we're gonna need a crowbar and bag for this one.
You think he knows more about the artifacts?
He's got a reputation for seeing the gold in things, but he's no lab coat. Thinking he knows it's unique, but not why. All the more reason to clutch tightly.
Saying we need to steal it from him.
Left the life of a jacob once behind myself. I know what I'm asking. But I see a clutch prize not up for the prying any other way. Not sending you lone hook on the job. I want Barrett with you on this one. You two will be foot to foot the whole way, so make sure you're ready.
Barrett will be locked in as your follower if you continue. A few other things to sort first. Really think we'll have to seal it?
As we always say, each member of Constellation is their own conscience. I'll leave the details of the doing to you.
Yeah, I'm not sure the safe harbour idea works that well in that context, but okay. The group's not responsible for the actions of its members. It only works in certain prescribed circumstances, and this ain't them. Right, so... I feel like it might be a bit late to start Androsia's mission. Or any new mission, really.
To move on.
Yeah, I do feel like it's a bit... not really the time to start such things. And over-design might not take too long, but... I don't know. We're just looking Barrett in. Yeah, had some with me and got caught stealing. How are you getting on with the companion quest lines? Because I've not got very far with Sam's. That might be why. It might be whoever you completed it with worked down the list. Probably not Sarah, because she's not likely to be down for stealing stuff or so much. But Barrett's like not generally into that, but likely to be a bit more flexible for the good of Constellation. Sam, harder to pick exactly how he'd go on that one. And Andresia would be an obvious choice as well. But it might be something to do with the companion quest line. It's the only thing I can think of. Got a couple of power from beyond ones. Let's go and do those. Procyon 4. Let's do that first because it's not too far away. That'll be a decent way to round things out, I think. For the evening, and then we'll push on Monday. Back to where we were earlier. Yeah, I'm thinking pushing my video back to Monday might be a good plan. I'm a little on the tired side this evening. I might see if I can... Ooh, hello. Seize the opportunity to get to bed a bit earlier. In combat, huh? Well, I hadn't noticed. Combat, blowed if I know who with. Okay. No, it's just being weird. Yeah, I had a feeling. I thought Walters might not be the longest, but definitely definitely worth holding off, I think. I'm a bit on the tired side for staying up all night. Let's hop through. Speaking of,
Yeah, boss?
grab some quick shut-eye. And then we'll see what we can do. Ship's got a nice silhouette. Pizza's not bad, I think. Like I say, that the flat bottom of it's really kind of bugging me a bit now.
When we went to bed.
Hey, finally got some action.
Another dead rock. Well, at least we can scour the place for materials.
Sarah's with me, as my active companion, even though Androsia's supposed to be locked in. That's a bit weird. Although this is a cool looking planet. This way somewhere, apparently. Yeah, we have been here before. I don't think I'd landed... Oh, there is. Landed in this biome before, but... pretty similar to the one in the thumbnail, actually. Can't abide a flat bottom. Nice, Gary. You and Sir Mix-a-Lot get along very well. Acquire the power on Xion 4. Looks almost like it's got a painted sheet metal exterior, this one. It's quite cool. Some of these temples are particularly cool and the looks to them, the environment and stuff. This is quite an interesting planet. Don't know what it's like for resources. What is it like for resources? Nickel, cobalt, uranium, water. Not great, unless you need nuclear power for something. But it's quite cool. I mean, not that I really Temple Tower.
These ruins are fascinating. Oh, I could spend years studying.
Yeah,
this
not that I really choose outpost locations based on resources anymore. Did initially, but not so much now. My next one, I've got a couple of ideas for sort of. I'm going to look for a cool environment, but I've got some ideas. This is very cool. Yeah, I didn't get to go over there, but I also want to go and have a look at this here crater. Just coals. It's not as big nor as flat in the bottom as I was hoping. Bueno. Elemental pull. I don't have that one yet. See if I get it today or not. There's 2 more powers to grab, so one and another. Kind of waiting for that to unlock, and then I forgot it doesn't quite work like that. The bits of this are making me a little nostalgic, this game generally, I mean, for Skyrim. Definitely going to have to come up with a plan for modding that game ahead of doing a playthrough, which will happen, although probably not until after Witcher 3. Quite the way I wanted it to, that. I missed that one. I think I made it over there in time. Yeah. This one's proving slightly awkward. There we go, we did. Took a while, but we got there. So around the artifacts. Yeah, okay, that sounds like it'd be particularly useful for that one, guy. Because they were being a bit of a pain in the backside before. Reactive shield. They're not very good in a fight, these guys. They do tend to disappear. I mean, if their time travel was based on some anchor principle, assuming they are time traveling, and they were anchored to a certain point in the future or past or whatever, so that they can find their way back. It's possible that on death their remains may be yanked immediately back to wherever they came from, especially if they're going back in time from a point in the future, because they wouldn't want to leave technology behind that screws up the timeline. So some kind of system that yoinks their corpses away would explain why they're disappearing. Yeah, that reminds me. Let's have a look at those powers and things. Well, I've got a new skill point, so let's look at that too. Can't do that until I level up. Don't need any of these to level up the skill. Don't need that. Don't need anything there right now. Planetary habitation would be good. I could bang 1 point in there. That's not a bad idea. I'd like to bang some more points into starship design. I'm not doing that right now. Whole load of stuff I'd like to do over here, but not a major priority. Planetary habitation. All the weapon stuff I'd like to go for eventually. I need to work my way through. Do I even know if I need leadership? No, not in a tearing rush for that one. Ship command I would like eventually. Outpost management, I need that really as a priority. I think I'll work towards outpost management. Additional cargo links, robots, crew. Yeah, I think I'll work towards outpost management. And then we go planetary habitation. At some point. Maybe. It's just less of a priority, because I do need to do that so I can build on more interesting extreme worlds. But the ideas I've got in my head at the moment don't involve extreme worlds, so that's not really a massive priority. And then maybe up my weapon stuff later, so I'll leave that as is and have a look at powers. Good theory. I like my theory anyway. Full of hot air. Well. Since star stuff red shield. Former shield of cosmic light can weaken and reflect enemy projectiles. Yeah, it doesn't seem like a bad idea in combat. Use quantum essence to increase Starborn power regeneration speed for 60 seconds. That does not seem particularly useful. TBH. Dionysus will be our next stop. I believe that's near my outpost, I think. That's in the Olympus system. Yeah, kind of like that guy. Quantum essence is the only thing left behind from their bodies. Yeah, exactly. What is this quantum essence? Is it actually part of their body, or is it just some residue left behind as a result of their time traveling technology? Who knows? Well, yeah, I'm sure it might be elaborated on, it might not. Kind of hope it's more tied to their time traveling technology as opposed to being a piece of their like blood or whatever, which would be creepy as hell. Yeah, better ways to make the timer longer, like skills or something like that. High tier perks. High tier skills would be, or create some kind of chem that is made from limited resources like that gives you a permanent buff. That would be a good way of doing it. Thinking of it as a single player game, My car's upgraded on... Oh, that's an interesting thought. Oh, let's get out of here. I don't suppose I'm going to win a fight with these guys, so... I think... That's the wrong system. There's Dionysus. Let's try and get out of here before I get blown into space dust.
Hostility will not be tolerated.
Coming back for you, buddies.
Concentrate fire. Lost one of our weapons. Get it back up. Ground drive down. We can't jump.
Getcha. Last one. Hey, trying to steal my kill there.
Unknown contact. Please acknowledge. You don't usually see
This is
groups of
Darth.
fleet this far out. Not everyone would have stuck their necks out for a patrol. Thanks. Any way we can repay you?
Cold hard cash would be
This
nice.
helps you out. Thanks again for the help. UC out.
Cool. So let's get up and see what we can salvage. That's way out there. T4. Anyway, let's get Phantom. The frying pan into the fire, yeah, definitely. Although not nearly as dangerous as it was at the time. Yeah, I gathered that. One of the reasons the time travel theory is interesting. We'll see how it actually pans out. Yeah, arriving naked outside a biker bar would not be my first choice. Although it wouldn't be embarrassment that'd be my concern. More like getting the shit kicked out of me, to be honest. That would be more worrying to me. Right, anyway. I think we... Unless you're trying to tell me it's somewhere else, game, because you shouldn't be, because this is the right place, as far as I can tell. Should be here. Houston? We have a problem. Let's travel to Nisoi. A minute. and see if we can't do a 180 in a second. Catch you later. Hey, have a good one. One character's a new game plus 6. Crikey. It's not giving me a marker for it. Let's try a quick thing, shall we? See if this doesn't help. If it doesn't, well, I guess we'll drop down to the planet, land, and pick things up next time. Taking a minute to load me back in, I know that. You got 160-ish already, Steve. That's quite the jump. I think you said you were way up, but I feel like you've jumped again. Or was that turning in all that data to Vlad that bumped you up all those levels? I think it bumped you up a few, anyway. No, looks like we got no dice for some weird reason. So for our next cunning plan, I'm gonna see if Andreas wants to come with me. I know something weird's going on, but 40 levels just scanning planets. Yeah, I thought you picked a few up. Or would have picked a few up that way.
Be advised, you are entering United Colony space. Please maintain course and prepare to be scanned.
No, you may not scan me.
Scan complete. You are cleared to land at New Atlantis. Please enjoy your visit to Jemison.
Going to New Atlantis. I'm going to the Eye. She's getting dramatically closer. I wonder what happens if I crash into it. I imagine it would damage my shields. So I'm not going to do that. That was a bit louder than I thought it was going to be.
It's good to be back on board.
I'm glad you're happy, Sarah. Andreja! No, not that door. Andreja, it allows you to take you on your mission.
How are you?
Can I ask you about some questions about our journey to find your friends?
Of course. What would you like to know?
Why are you standing here? Should have coming with me.
May you find favor in all things.
I'm guessing here. Sarah's going to need a weapon upgrade, I think.
Ahoy, Captain.
That can be arranged. But I think, like, can't take. Let's see if I can get Barrett to join me for. So yeah, I've got Andresia's mission there, but I can't do that because she won't come with me right now. No sudden moves. That involves taking Barrett with me. I'm guessing I'm going to have to do no sudden moves, otherwise I don't think I'm going to be able to...
my friend. Dish.
Change anything.
So, Ellie contacted me about the case.
Uh-huh. Oh, that would be the lawyer who was working on his late husband's case. He was accused of sabotage by a mining company. Turned out he didn't do it, and the mining company was up to no good. We investigated it all. And she was attempting to basically reopen the case and clear his name. I'm waiting to hear about it.
Same. I was beginning to get worried since we hadn't heard from her. But that's interstellar communication for you. Anyway, we have a verdict. Irvin's record will be expunged on account of his death occurring before the trial ended. It's a technical victory, but we'll take it. We can't change the system that made this happen.
Oh yeah, there was
we tried.
one particularly potentially useful witness, but I couldn't persuade him to testify, so it didn't end quite the way I was hoping. But we got the right result, sort of. How are you feeling about this?
Relieved. This was always in the back of my mind. Always there when I fell asleep and when I woke up. And I would mask it as much as I could. Hide the sorrow with my wit, hide the anxiety with my charm. The grief will always be there. But it's something I feel I can move past now.
Okay. It's Metro Exodus. Ooh, for the first time as well. Nice. We played through that earlier this year for the first time. Thoroughly enjoyed it. And playing on hardcore as well. Yeah, that will be a challenge. But once it kind of falls in and you get the knack of it, not quite so bad, I think, particularly with Exodus. Have you played through 1 and 2 before? What's next for Ellie?
Well, she's going to keep up the fight. Gagarin is full of cases, just like Irvin's, if you can believe it.
I can. Send her my congratulations.
Already did, of course. And a third of the settlement. Just made sense considering how much she did for us. And speaking of the settlement, I divided it into equal portions for me, you,
record expunged,
Ellie, and expenses.
Presumably.
Here's your share. And I sold the apartment. So here's the bonus from that after taxes. I gave my portion to Ellie so she could fund other cases. So there it is. I guess it's...
Wasn't expecting that. Yeah, I guess because the mining company was given a default win over Irvin, it probably took a certain amount of compensation out of his estate. They were probably ordered to pay that back in the settlement if it was just expunged as opposed to decided against the mining company. So Hephaestus, that was them. So I'm guessing Hephaestus just had to give the money back, and that's where it's come from. How you feeling?
We knew we couldn't fix the whole system. I'm just glad we could do what we did. I wish we could have helped more people ruined by Hephaestus. But that isn't our fight.
What happened to Helgi? I forget who Helgi
tried
is.
To convince the judge to dismiss Helgi's conviction from years ago as well. But the judge didn't think that was warranted.
What was the other person
Helgi
involved
was
with?
having a rough time. We tried, but he didn't make it easy. Also, well, so I gave Helgi a bit of money. Enough to leave Gagarin if he wanted, just...
That's the doctor I couldn't persuade to testify.
Until somebody changes the laws there, this will be just a bump in the road for them. Ellie is going to keep digging into them, and now that she's seen this tactic, she may be able to find a pattern.
Yeah, case closed.
There it is. I guess I needed to actually hear someone say it. Case closed.
Well, yeah, you might as well finish at this point, Steve. You're nearly there, aren't you? And you'll be able to
you encouraged me to continue looking into Irvin's situation.
at least get the achievement for it.
I don't think I would have ever done that alone. Thanks, Captain.
Me either. Make a good team. Anything to get you out of your funk. Okay. Make a good team.
I'm glad you haven't changed your mind on working with others after all this. A long time ago, you talked about valuing teamwork.
Did I?
You really meant it. Don't tell the others. But I was having a hard time focusing because of all this trial stuff. So thank you for helping with that.
Yeah, 3 games for £8 is not bad, especially when one of them is as recent as Exodus, and the 2 predecessors are still good, despite their aging. Finished 1 last weekend, last late yesterday. Nice. Only an hour into Exodus. So you got some adventures ahead then, Marv. Yeah, that's definitely the way to do it, because I think, much like with The Witcher, actually, we were talking about before, I wouldn't want to play 3 and then try and go back to playing 1 or 2. Although maybe when the remake of 1 comes out, maybe. But yeah, same thing with Metro, really. Playing the 3rd one and then going back to the 1st would be harder, I think. You've been underperforming. No, secret safe with me.
As close as we've gotten, I believe that. Usually Vasco's the only one I trust. Granted, he's programmed not to blab. With you, no special protocols required. Anyway, I'm just glad we got everything settled with Irvin's case. It was just one loose end in a universe full of them.
So you have to rescan planets. Oof. Yeah, not surprising, but I wouldn't be doing it a second time. Well, I'm not going to do it a first time either, mind you. But, yeah. Oof.
You've got my under... Go do your thing, friend.
So, yeah, I think I will have to do this next story mission next time, because otherwise we're going to have a really hard time. I can't seem to get Andresia to come with me. I don't think I'll be able to persuade Sam to come with me either.
I hope Cora doesn't get too much
Nope.
underfoot.
Won't even acknowledge me.
How can I assist? We will speak again.
Yeah, it looks like I can't do anything other than that. Any of the companion quests until I completed this, because they won't join me. Despite the fact that it's already supposedly locked Andresia in, it's kind of supposedly done it, but actually hasn't, I guess. Oh, right. So I guess we know what we're doing next time. Do I have a cool picture of Vlad on the eye? I don't know, to be honest. That works for me. Ooh. Right. Can't see any Metro being out next year. I think we'd have heard something about such a thing being in development. Well, actually, yeah, I think we'd have heard more anyway. You're not playing Fallout. Right. That was more challenging than it should have been. Yeah, the graphics, yeah, they're not stellar from the older ones, but they're not horrific either, especially if you've got the remade ones. Not remade ones, yeah, upgraded ones. But yeah, it's good fun. Some of the AI is a bit crazy, yeah. Although I seem to recall turning lamps off being quite effective at helping you sneak around people, but I don't know. I think it's more like their sort of hive mind connectivity that happens with quite a few games. Actually, happens with Bethesda games sometimes as well. So if one person catches you, everybody knows exactly what you did and where you are, kind of vibe. That's definitely not unique to Metro. I seem to recall they were working on a new Metro game, weren't they? Now that I think about it. I feel like I heard something about that. Follow up to Exodus. I don't know. Maybe. But, yeah, I think it was going to be next year. We'd have heard about it by now. Or heard more, rather. So, I can live with it either way. At least the first half of next year is going to be busy. And even if the second half isn't as busy... which reminds me, actually, Game Awards will be this time next week, won't it? Yeah, even if the second half of next year isn't as busy, there'll still be plenty to keep us busy. I've got so much that I need to work through. I mean, yeah, Game Awards is next week, isn't it? So we'll doubtless get some big announcements from that about next year's games. Game Awards 2023. 7th of December, yeah, I thought it was. Which will be... Yeah, it's usually on a Thursday. Weird day for it, but these things usually are, apparently. So yeah, next Thursday. Metro, full footage available, but it's from February. Interesting. Yeah, my money is on hearing something at the Game Awards. And of course, hopefully we'll get a date for Hellblade 2. That would be cool as well. Cinema's Saga. Enjoyed the first one, so... Ooh. Excuse me. Down for the second. Speaking of having loads of things to do, I don't know if I mentioned last time or not, but Remnant from the Ashes and Remnant 2 are both on Game Pass now. They kind of stealth dropped onto Game Pass a couple of days ago now. So I've been holding off on playing Remnant because I do want to play it, but timing, and figured by the time we get round to it, the price might come down. Turns out, get it for inclusion in Game Pass. So yeah, that was waiting for it was definitely the right call. So that's on the to-play list as well, Remnant 2. Hopefully we'll get onto that at some point. Probably not before middle of next year, then. Because Nightingale's end of February, and if that turns out to be decent, that should keep us busy for a while, hopefully. And then... Yeah. There's a couple of other bits around about February, the front half of this year, that I'm going to have to double check on. And obviously when we finish Starfield, we'll play something, presumably, to tide over the gap to Nightingale, but we'll see. Depends when we finish Starfield, if and when. Or at least finish this playthrough, I should say. And then certainly got tons to do after that. Any fun plans this weekend? Other than working on my Fallout build, which is looking like being Monday for that one. Probably just taking it easy. Hopefully get some gaming in. That's about all my plans. Maybe wrap some Christmas presents, but probably not. I'll probably end up doing that the last minute as per usual. See how I feel. Still need to go out and buy one more Christmas present, actually thinking about it, and do a couple of other bits ahead of that. But yeah, nothing major planned. I shall be skied again, I'll say. No. Yeah, I think I shall be striving to stay warm, as it's bloody cold, to be honest. That's interesting. My phone says it's still the same temperature it was when we started, at -3, but the PC now says it's gone from -2 to -4. So now we're going to listen to the computer and assume it's -4 outside. Either way, it's fucking cold out there. It's not too bad in here, actually, but yeah. Much as if I can actually get some exercise, a bit more exercise, because got a whole bunch of unexpected exercise today, and I've been warmer all evening as a result, so I guess the universe is trying to tell me something. Anyway, folks, I'm going to chill out for a bit, and then, yeah, try and get a slightly earlier night, because I woke up early. I think I might try and capitalise on that, because I wouldn't want to be staying up as late and getting up as late. Well, excuse me. I don't want to be doing that in general anyway, but I definitely won't want to be doing that over Christmas, so, yeah. Monday, we should be back to it, and we'll try and pick things up where we left off, and go and get this next artefact from the Collector, the Scavenger, or whatever his name was. This dude looks like he's come out of Guardians of the Galaxy. If we can get that all working properly, which I guess we can, but we'll see. So that's the plan for Monday night. As I say, it should have camp build up by Monday, probably on Monday. I won't put it up on Sunday, I know that much, because for some reason videos on Sunday just don't perform. I don't know why, they just don't. And then it's update day on Tuesday for Fallout Atlantic City drops. So that should be cool. We'll definitely dive into that. And we'll see how the rest of the week goes from there. Might do an extra Fallout stream next week. Depends how we're getting on with things. Might not push it too far, so I don't, drain the well too quickly on that. Also, with the Game Awards being on Thursday, depending on times and stuff, I may or may not skip to watch that. I don't know. See how I'm doing. Minus 4 for you, is it, Marv? Yeah, about the same here, I think. But 17 is bloody freezing for where you are, I think, isn't it, Gray? Effectively. Much, much colder than normal. Yeah, very, very cold here. No snow at the moment, but frost, and they're threatening snow on Sunday, so we'll see what happens. Yeah, folks, I want to get a drink and chill. So, thank you all for hanging out tonight. I hope you've had fun. Definitely enjoyed working through all the various bits and pieces we did today. It was cool. Got some good stuff lined up, and I'm glad we cleared a lot of stuff off the sort of activities and side quest list in the last couple of days this week. It's been good to make that bit of progress as well. So, looking forward to cracking on. So, for now, thank you very much for watching. You know where all the buttons are, like subs and notification bell, social media links, merch store, and channel memberships. If you're interested, I hugely appreciate. Yeah, it's, well, I wouldn't, well, actually I'd say 17 degrees would be pretty comfortable, to be honest. Pretty darn toasty, but especially compared to where we are at the moment. But if you're not used to it, same as anything else. Anyway, folks, thank you for hanging out. Have yourselves a good one. Join us all on Monday. Should be good. We'll dive back into Starfield and all the other stuff that's going on. And yeah, plenty of content coming to keep us busy as well. So, speaking of, if you want to check the rewards from Season 15, which will be starting on Tuesday as well in Fallout, check that one out. Videos up on that. And yeah, loads more coming. So, until then, have yourselves a good weekend. I will catch you bright-eyed and bushy-tailed on Monday. And yeah, we'll dive back in. So, see you then. Bye, folks. Have a good one.